one of the guys that's been spending, the last few months out at Ethos, has completed the basic discipleship course, has gone through all of Step 7's values, has learned what our mission and our vision and all this stuff is, and taken it to heart, and we begin to see them blossom and grow. And last week John got baptized, and that was awesome. So these graduations are always very, 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 very special, especially to me, John. So I'm just so glad to be up here with you right now. I've got John's permission to kind of share a little bit with I think most everybody in here knows most of this, but John came to Step 7 a few months ago with some pending legal issues. Okay, and this isn't the first time that this has happened, where somebody's been a part of Step 7. They've become a part of us, and we've become a part of them, and then they have to go on a little vacation for a while. But the powers that be, we think, who knows what's going to happen? John has a court date in a couple weeks here, but it's a sentencing, right? And it looks like John's going to be going and doing a little bit of time in prison, but none of that negates what has already happened here since he's made this decision, and God woke his heart up and said, you know what, I got something better for you. Amen. You know what I mean? And so I would ask, and there's a few scriptures I just kind of wanted to go to here. One of them is in Hebrews 13:3, because we see examples. Heck, we were in Sabbath school today, and we saw an example of Paul and Silas having to go to prison. And so we see disciples and apostles and stuff that have to go to prison and stuff. And here in Hebrews 13, it says this. It says, remember those in prison as if you were there yourself. Remember also those being mistreated as if you felt their pain in your own bodies. Right, so I'm talking to you guys right now. I'm talking to the church right now. Also in Acts chapter 12, Acts chapter 12, there's a story of Peter going to Acts chapter 12, there's a story of Peter going to prison, and it says, oh boy, where does it say it? 6? I'm going to roll with you there, man. I hope you're right. The night before Peter went to be placed on trial. No. But there's a verse in here, and I'm not going to spend the time trying to find it, where it says that Peter went to prison, and everybody that cared about him was on the outside praying earnestly for him. The Bible uses the word earnestly twice when talking about prayer. One of them, James is telling us, hey, pray earnestly, right? And the other one is right here in this story in Acts, when it says that the people were praying earnestly for him. And we know that right after that, a big, huge miracle happened. And like some angels came in, and there was an earthquake, and the shackles fell off, and Peter was like, whoa. He woke up, and he thought it was a dream, but it wasn't a dream, and he walked out of prison, and it was really cool. And he got there, and everybody was like, whoa, you're out of prison. And he was like, that's the kind of God we serve. So I would ask you guys to really just keep John in your prayers here over the next 2 to 5 years, whatever it is. That's what we can do, right? But to you, John, we talked about freedom yesterday. And in Galatians, there's this awesome chapter in Galatians 5 that talks about freedom. It's kind of known as the freedom chapter. And it starts off with this beautiful verse that says, it is for freedom that Christ has set us free, right? It's for freedom that Christ has set us free, whether it's in our head, our heart, whatever, right? And if we're free in Christ, which John, 8:36 says that if the Son sets us free, we're free indeed, and no man can do anything to imprison us, period. Right? If God is for us, what can you do? Right? And so that's you. That's my call to you, bro, is stay free. Because you have made some serious ground here. You have conceded a lot of ground to the Lord over the last 3 months. Don't take it back, man. Let him keep it. All right? So that being said, John, if you want to say something, go ahead. I'm not going to try to put you on the spot because I know you're a man of many words.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed my time out at Ethos, and it's taught me a lot, and I'm going to take that with me to wherever I go.
Love you, brother. With that being said, he wasn't sure if he was getting a shirt or not. We were contemplating on whether or not he even needed one, but you get one, bro. All right? If I were you, I would put that thing on and not take it off for 2 more weeks.
Okay.
And he's also got a diploma that he can hang up wherever he can hang it up, and it's, you know, basically your accomplishments of the basic discipleship course. And I don't know if you guys that haven't gone through that basic discipleship course, these guys do work every single day, right? Every day they're getting into the Word, they're answering questions, they're going deep with it, and so they're putting in the work. This isn't just kind of like, oh, they spent 3 months in a new house, right? They put in some work, right? And so this is a significant thing. But it's just the beginning, right? It marks just the beginning of a journey. And so as we do, and as is kind of tradition around here, if anybody would like to come up, I would ask that we would maybe put some hands on them and lay some hands on our brother John and kind of just pray for him right now. Mr. McLean, I'm going to ask if you would start it, and then I'll follow you and close it.
Thank you. Father in heaven, we know there's great joy in heaven today. We know that you love John, you love all of us here. Lord, I just pray that you would continue to lead him, to be with him as he takes this little vacation that Brian was talking about. Lord, let him know no matter what, you are always there, that you will always be there, and that there is nothing truly that can separate us from you. We just ask that you would give him the strength to endure.
Amen. And Lord, I just thank you for our brother John. I thank you for the witness and the testimony and the service and the kindness and the smile and the jokes and the laughter and everything that he's offered over the last 3 months to this body of people that you've put together, Lord, this ministry of Step 7. Lord, your ways are higher than our ways, I guess is what I'll resort this to. Try to understand, but it's so hard for our minds to try to wrap our heads around or our hearts around. Man, we love John and we don't want him to go anywhere, so what's the deal? Why is this having to happen and all this other stuff? Lord, but I do know one thing. And there's one thing that we can thank you for in a real big way, is that a prison cell is love and mercy and grace compared to the addiction of methamphetamines. And so for that, Lord, I thank you in a big way. And the fact that he knows you in his heart can never be taken away, Lord. And whatever the plan is that you've got for him, whatever it is the rest of us can do to minister him while he's inside, when he gets out, whatever the case is, Lord, help us to know exactly what we need to do to lift our brother John up, to be there for him, to please you, to keep moving your message forward, Lord. And I ask that you would just continue to work on John's heart, Lord, over the next couple weeks here. I pray that you would give him a peace, give his family, his kids, everybody that's involved with loving him, peace that goes beyond recognition, beyond understanding, Lord. Just inject some shalom into the situation here as John is going through a battle in his heart right now, Lord. Just help him to know that you are in the midst of the storm. So, Lord, we do. We love you. We thank you. I lift up my brother John to you. I lift up everybody here to you. And we say all this in Jesus' wonderful name. Amen. Amen.